Hello and welcome to my channel, where I share with you my journey of living a more sustainable and self-reliant life. In today's video, I'm going to show you 12 modern homesteading ideas that you can implement no matter how big or small it is. These ideas will help you grow your own food, save money, reduce waste, and enjoy the simple pleasures of life. Whether you are a beginner or a seasoned homesteader, I hope you'll find something new and inspiring in this video. So without further ado, let's get started. Many people in the technological age are drawing inspiration from the past to homestead and lead simpler lives more in tune with the natural world. Independence and fulfillment can be gained by going back to the basics and practicing time-honored abilities. The term homesteading originates from the Homestead Act of 1862, which allowed eligible adults to claim 160 acres of government land that had been surveyed and improved for at least 5 years, provided they had not taken up arms against the United States. Homesteading today denotes a self-sufficient, back-to-the-land lifestyle that places a strong emphasis on sustainability and independence. In an effort to reduce their carbon footprint, some homesteaders even embrace off-grid living, cultivating their own food, gathering their own water, and using renewable energy sources. These homesteading trends and ideas can help anyone become a little more self-sufficient, regardless of whether they're ready to jump into the homesteading lifestyle or just want to add some independence and sustainable practices to their lives. A small garden is a common sight among homeowners, and cultivating your own food doesn't always require a large amount of land. Go for prepared ground or an elevated bed, and pick a sunny location. After that, a homesteader can choose the household's favorite fruits and vegetables, amend the soil as needed, and adhere to the pertinent fertilizer, watering, and spacing guidelines. If you're more of a green thumb and have more room, you might want to add some fruit trees to your plot. Choosing cultivars that are appropriate for your hardiness zone is crucial. Add some perennials, such as berry bushes, asparagus, strawberries, grapes, and herbs to complete the availability of homegrown food. Number 2. You can can. Can some of the abundant produce from a garden be used to survive the winter? The easiest canning technique is water bath canning, which works best with acidic foods like tomatoes. It's also great for pickling and producing salsa and jam. Since the water bath method is unable to reach the internal temperature of 240 degrees Fahrenheit required to kill bacteria, pressure canning is preferable for low-acid foods. This process calls for an appliance called a pressure canner. Number 3. Compose compost. Composting is a sustainable method of getting rid of kitchen scraps and yard waste. It also enriches soil with healthy microorganisms that aerate the soil and break down organic matter to nourish plants. In addition to keeping waste out of landfills, composting is a natural substitute for chemical fertilizers. When composting, it's crucial to balance materials high in nitrogen and carbon. Avoiding poisonous materials, meat and bones, pet dung, perennial weeds, and anything that contains pesticides is equally important. Number 4. Bake bread. Everyone agrees that bread is the staple of life, and that nothing compares to the aroma and flavor of freshly baked bread. Why not bake it in your own kitchen? It's not as hard as it sounds, and homesteaders can add their own herbs or other ingredients for a rich flavor to spice it up with a little experience. Many of the materials and tools needed, like flour, yeast, salts, water, and loaf pans, may already be in the kitchen. Certain breads require butter, milk, or eggs. Another crucial component is time, because the dough needs to rest while it rises. Number 5. Live with livestock. Raising a few chickens or larger livestock like cattle, hogs, sheep, goats, or alpacas can be the easiest way to add animals to your homestead. Whatever animals you decide on, make sure you do your homework on what kind of housing, food, and care they require. Because they're simple to raise, chickens are a popular choice for backyard pets. Not only do chickens lay delicious eggs, but they also eat a lot of bugs. As long as they're given the proper food and live in dry, secure housing, caring for hens is not too difficult. Small, large, or even mobile chicken coops are all accessible as long as they have a covered, run nightly roosting perches, nesting boxes for the hens to lay their eggs in, and protection from predators. If you want to add something unique to your yard, You can also build your own chicken coop in the spirit of homesteading. Number 6. So what? Grab a needle and thread and learn how to repair ripped clothing, darn socks, and sew buttons. If you're feeling particularly ambitious, try sewing your own clothes. You can still locate an antique treadle sewing machine and sew by hand if you don't want to use up your stored electricity. Additional techniques for creating clothing and practical items like blankets include knitting and crocheting. On their homestead, those who raise alpacas or sheep will have their own supply of feed. Making your own clothes is a rewarding and satisfying process, though it will require skirting, washing, carding, and spinning before you can start using knitting needles or crochet hooks. Number 7. Make a clean commitment. Producing cleaning products from scratch can be more economical and sustainable. A number of the ingredients, including baking soda, borax, salt, lemon, white vinegar, and hydrogen peroxide, are typical household items. Some mixtures might even allow you to add essential oils for a pleasing scent. Make sure you adhere to the approved recipes. Combining some common household chemicals like ammonia and bleach can be hazardous. Make sure the ingredients you select are safe for both people and pets. Number 8. Remember to recycle. A component of the homesteading credo involves minimizing adverse effects on the land. Recycling is therefore a key component of this way of life. Reusing old clothing, composting, and repurposing appliances are just a few examples of how homesteading can be economical and environmentally responsible. Recycling can involve finding useful and practical uses for found objects like branches and rocks. For instance, sturdy branches can be made into roosts for chickens. Walkways and flower beds can be bordered with rocks. Number 9. Be mindful. Although bees are essential to our survival, pesticides and habitat loss are destroying bee colonies. By keeping hives, you can help bees. This does require learning about beekeeping and purchasing the necessary supplies and protective equipment. On the other hand, regular honey harvesting is an added bonus for many homeowners who find beekeeping to be a fun hobby. In order to attract bees and other helpful insects, you can at least plant a pollinator garden if you're not ready to start a home apiculture business. In addition, the garden will yield more fruits and vegetables as a result of this. Number 10. Build carpentry skills. It's a good idea to learn some basic carpentry skills, even if you're just doing small repairs or building new structures. It's even better if you can also become proficient in plumbing and machinery repair. Remember the proverb that goes, "Measure twice, cut once"? Make sure you gather the following necessary tools: pliers, saw, hammer, nails, screws, screwdrivers, saw, tape measure, level, files, clamps, vise, square, and safety goggles. Number 11. Weave a network. More benefits come from networking than just advice and company. For large jobs, it's a reliable source of labor. It helps you have an extra pair of hands when building a chicken coop. Perhaps you could use someone to tend to your garden while you're away. A customer base for exchanging goods and services can also be obtained through networking. Look for people with the skills you need. Bartering can be advantageous for both parties. For example, if you grew too many cucumbers and would like to trade them for some pole beans, or if you are skilled in carpentry but not sewing. Number 12. Go off-grid. While it might seem difficult to cut the electric cord, there are some places where living off the grid is simpler. Living off the grid is generally easier in warmer climates, but it is possible almost anywhere thanks to solar and wind power. Since the sun doesn't always shine and the wind doesn't always blow when you need energy, a power storage system is obviously necessary. Modern homesteading isn't just about where you live, it's about how you choose to live. It's a lifestyle that values sustainability, self-reliance, and the joy of creating and nurturing. By integrating these modern homesteading ideas into your life, you're taking steps towards a more sustainable, fulfilling, and self-sufficient lifestyle. Remember, homesteading is a journey, not a destination. With each step, you'll be creating a life that's not only better for you, but also for the world around you. And that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching and learned something new. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more homesteading tips and tricks. Also, don't forget to check out the links in the description box below, where you can find more information and resources on the topics I covered in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy homesteading!